USAID in this particular project has a specific focus on both healthcare and education. So educating nurses is the perfect combination of those two things. You're both improving education as well as improving healthcare. He didn't mention it, but the goal of the nursing school is 1,000 new nurses in Kenya by 2030. 1,000 new nurses. That's enough for one big hospital or a couple of hospitals. So that's why USAID is very interested in sponsoring this, is because it's going to make a significant impact on the healthcare in the country. If you look at nurses being the first line healthcare workers, it impacts health in two different areas. One, it impacts in terms of access. If you think of the opportunities for clinics to have well-trained nurses, and then you go from clinics to hospitals. When hospitals are short of nurses, they're not able to take as many patients. So that's where the real impact is going to be seen.
This school is over 40 years old, and for those 40 years, we've been concentrating on training nurses. What we have discovered in the last few years is that Kenya now doesn't just need nurses, it needs more. We need to create more workforce for the healthcare industry, and there's a great need for other cadres to be trained. And therefore we have started training other diplomas in perioperative theatre technology. We also have health records training here, and we are also going to offer a higher diploma in nephrology here. And therefore our school has grown. Even the nursing students themselves, they have also increased. And so with the increasing number and the increasing need, there's need for growth in infrastructure. And that's where we come in today. Our partners from the US, that is MBF, and of course the source of the grant, which is the USAID, they have come in to help us because the cost of infrastructure it's a great cost. The cost is $1.1 million. That's a significant cost for the hospital to be able to afford on its own. And that's why we really appreciate having friends like MBF. You know, even countries like the US, during COVID, they started looking for nurses, even from Africa. They realized there was a great demand for healthcare workers. So you can imagine if the US was gasping, what about us in Kenya? So the need, it exposed basically the fact that we were barely surviving. Most of the healthcare was basically managing to get by. But when the shortage was exposed by Corona, that's when we have realized we really need to educate healthcare workers, and quickly so. You see, the problem is that the minimum years you take for a nurse to be trained is 3.5. Even leave alone doctors who take 6 years and above. So it takes a long time to train. So you cannot say, like Corona came without anybody knowing that it was going to come and be a pandemic so quickly. And there was no time to train nurses. So now the world knows that we need to be ready in future. Should anything like Corona come, we need to have not only enough nurses in our institutions, but we also need to be able to have a way of producing more and quickly. And that's not just nurses. I'm mentioning nurses because they are the core of healthcare, but we also have the other cadres. We have, like the ones I mentioned, we have perioperative theatre technologists, we have healthcare assistants, we have health records, all those people who play a role in a hospital. We need more of those.
Together. Let's drop together slowly until we down. Good. Jim, Watolek, do the watering. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
So between the two blocks.
We are grateful because they have given the opportunity to our partners to work on. We tell the church we are very, very grateful. We are also grateful because they have allowed.
The hospital man.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm privileged, especially we'll sing us a song. We give her the Swahili one, okay? And we will do this. But Azimio came and someone by the name Jack, who also wanted to do the building and also the classes. And yet, more is done great. Even for what we are able to sit in this hostel, the government also gave a tax relief. So we are very, very grateful to the government of Kenya. Thank you so much also to the Board of Necessary support. Thank you so much also to the consultants who are as well. They have always made sure that we are doing according to the standards that are being there for us, for supporting our project, for giving their young men.
This one will be of importance to our students, particularly nurses. We are going to be equipped. We are going to give more, to earn more knowledge. We are going to assist the society to provide patient care, the nursing care that will be available to the society, and this will help the community to grow and even to expand the healthy sector in our country and even globally.
Hata nyinyi mkiangalia mnaona nurses are going out so much and we need more nurses. Otherwise tukikaa bila kuwa na nurses wengi kabisa, then we may lose our health infrastructure, sababu hakuna pahali one of the key person kwa health ni health provision ni nurse. Otherwise, as a community, we also want to thank this hospital. Hii hospitali imetoka mbali, hii hospitali tumeona ikiendelea vizuri, and we thank God within the next few years, as we've been told, tunaona hii ikiwa a very big hospital.
With additional infrastructure, you'll be able to train a little bit more of healthcare cadres. We are looking towards having also clinical medicine as a part of the courses that will include in our panel. And the reason why we are geared towards increasing the cadres of professionals that we train, it is to ensure that our hospitals, they are able to have enough healthcare workers, because in every other healthcare setup, you just don't need nurses alone. You also need these other people. So that is what informed the decision of diversifying to these other healthcare courses.